Hey everybody, this is Miss Florida Hot Picks here, giving you guys an update workout for Pick 3 Kentucky using the Tic Tac Toe. So I want to share with you a couple patterns that I found. I went back a couple of days and I wanted to share with you some areas of the Tic Tac Toe that you might want to consider when you're putting your combinations together, okay? So you're going to notice here for each day I have the midday and the evening. For instance, September 23rd for Kentucky, there was a midday hit of 373. So I put it in a +1 tic-tac-toe and a -1 tic-tac-toe. I started doing it like this. You guys are probably noticing through all the other workout videos that I'm doing both. Why? Because there may be more information on one versus the other. And when you can kind of glide your eye to it, it may make so much more sense to you, you know? Okay. So the evening had the hit of 173, again, +1, -1. Now the question is, in case I have any newbies on here, how do you put the grids together? So once you put your hit that you're going to use, 373, notice I started from the left corner top, going slanted to the right bottom. Now some folks will use them in different ways. You use what works for you, okay? So this 373, once I put that in diagonally, I'm going to add 1 across the board, okay? So starting with the last number here, okay, we're going to add 1 all the way around. So 3 + 1 is 4, 4 + 1 is 5, 5 + 1 is 6, 6 + 1 is 7, 7 + 1 is 8, 8 + 1 is 9, okay? And then I do the same thing with subtraction 1, okay? 373, the hit goes in, starting at that number 3, that last digit, we're going to subtract 1. So 3 - 1 is 2, 2 - 1 is 1, 1 - 1 is 0. Now when you get to your 0, you're going to turn that into a 10. 10 - 1 is 9, 9 - 1 is 8, 8 - 1 is 7, okay? So again, I have them both for the midday draw and the evening draw. So once the day is over, guys, if you like using tic-tac-toe or any rundown, what should you do? Keep a daily track of what's going on. The reason why you want to do that is so that you can start tracking specific patterns for your state. I love putting out videos for certain states and they may act really, really well, even with some other states. But sometimes our patterns are not a one-size-fits-all, right? Okay. So with Kentucky, what's one of the first patterns I want to show you, okay? If you happen to see a triple or a false triple, okay, you may want to pay close attention, especially if the digits are doubles or mirror in the middle and they kind of slant over. You see this 772, okay? Make sure that you guys know that this is a mirror number. This is a false trip. You know, real triples are like 777 or 222. You notice it's a break here, right? 7 and 2. Well, 7 and 2 are mirror numbers. Some folks believe in them, some don't. I do. So anyways, the 772s are mirror numbers. So just in case I have some new folk on here and they need the mirror numbers, here they go. So when you hear us talk about that, you know what we're saying. So when we're saying mirror numbers, we're saying 0 could be a 5 or 5 could be a 0. 1 could be a 6, 6 could be a 1. 2 could be a 7, 7 could be a 2. 3 could be a 8, 8 could be a 3. 4 can be a 9, and a 9 can be a 4. That's what we mean by mirror numbers, okay? So sometimes you may not even know that these were triples or false triples if you don't know that they're mirrors, and it could easily happen, right? So once you have the 772, I noticed that some of the hits may come V-shaped. Sometimes they come straight across, okay? Now I want you to pay attention to this. Look at this 173. 173, okay? Pay attention because this 173 actually hit 173 that evening, literally 173. Okay, so it was like a side V shape, okay? So pay attention to that pattern, okay? Another hit that came off was 927, and that went straight across, okay? So what am I telling you? When you guys see like your triples and false triples, be careful, there could be V shapes coming in. You may want to do 173, 378, 371. Happened this way as well. Watch that. See, almost missed that. 371, you have that twice. So you had two V shapes here of 173 hitting, okay? Let me show you another V shape that you may want to pay attention. Now, they may not always duplicate perfectly like that 173. I'm going to bring you quickly down to September 24th while we're on this particular pattern, okay? Y'all with me, right? Yes. Make sure you hit the like buttons. I so appreciate you. Thank you very much. Okay, going back to September 24th, I noticed in the evening there was a false trip here. Remember that 3, 3, 8. Again, we're going to take it V shape, kind of like this. So I see a 937, that could be possible. 632. All right, 639. And 237 if you wanted to just do all your V shapes, okay? And if you wanted to do the one right across, you know, like that 138. Well, let's say you did, okay? That 793 hit the next day, okay, in the midday, and it hit right here. You see, you're seeing the pattern here, right? 173, 937. Okay, so that's the first pattern structure that I wanted to share with you. Okay, so when you see this, you may want to pay careful attention. Sometimes they come the next day, or we would love for that to happen, and sometimes it could take a couple of days. So make sure you play on paper first. Don't just go spend the money. Please don't do that. You want to see if these predictions are spot on, because patterns can change, and you got to change with them, and sometimes they'll come right back, but they'll lay off for a couple days. So you have to be careful with this stuff. Okay, all right, let me go to the next pattern, which are doubles on the left center. Okay, if you notice doubles in the center right here, I got two examples to show you. Notice I like to give you two examples. Why? So you can know how to start looking at patterns. Because what patterns do, they're repetitive. All right, so look at this 3, 3, okay? Whenever you guys see a 3, 3, pay attention. These mirrors that are here could be hot, okay? So what I mean is that 1, 6 could be hot, and you might want to go 1, 6, 7, 1, 6, 3, or any other number that 1, 6 can touch, okay? Maybe even 1, 6, 2, 1, 6, 5, 164. You get the idea, right? Well, let's say they're playing more closer to this right quadrant right here. So we have this 716. Pay attention. Remember, I told you those mirrors were hot. 716. It came out September 26th. So 2 days later, it came your midday game. Okay, it was right here in this beautiful corner. And again, that pattern was based on doubles. Now watch this again. We're going to go to September 25th. Remember, I'm all about the patterns, right? And I see double nines. I say, okay, this could be something. So maybe this could be telling me these 7 2s can be hot. Okay, so here I would go staying in the quadrant if you can. Sometimes you may have to go outside of it. So I see 7 2 3, 7 2 9. Okay, you may want to do 721, 720, 728, totally up to you. But let's say you just stayed within the quadrant here, right? Okay, well make sure I have this right. This 729, oh, that was 723, I'm sorry. That 729 hit the next draw, 927. Okay, so this time we went this way with it. What I like about that is they're kind of like in a specific location, but again, they could veer off. So you have some repeating patterns here. So I've showed you two patterns that you want to pay attention to when you see false triples or triples. They could be doing like a V shape. Sometimes numbers can go around. And then pay attention if you see the doubles. It could be meaning that one, those mirrors that are slanted here could be hot for you, okay? So make sure you pay attention. Now here is one that was really cool. It had the doubles on the left side. And notice this 164, it wraps around. We had another state that used that. Oh, what state was that? Oh, goodness. I've done so many videos. Oh, I'm thinking. It wasn't Connecticut. I just did that, but it was one before then. I'm sorry, guys. But there was another state that does this. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you could put the comment in the video. I'm so ashamed, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, anyways, 164, pay attention. Sometimes they like to loop, especially if they're key digits, they could loop, okay? I know this was 164, actually came the next midday, okay? So that's something else. So maybe they may be looping, okay? So pay attention, all right? So Kentucky, I hope that this workout helps. The tips are helpful. Let me know how you guys are doing with this, and we'll see you guys in the next video.